Good afternoon, welcome to my channel, Tourism in Brazil. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel. Today we're going to continue the studies of international logistics. If you like this video, give it a like, share this with your friends, start notifications. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you're going to buy internet, click in the link in the description. Shopee and Amazon. Thank you very much. If they can use the product, then they must enter it on their internal goods flow and control system as they would any other input. If the firm is not going to use the product, they must determine a way to dispose of it profitable. Sometimes a specific product will not be bartered, but the buyer will agree to make a certain volume of purchases from a firm or from a nation. A common example is in the spot sale of new airline aircraft to airlines owned by governments of foreign nations. The aircraft manufacturer will agree to spend a certain amount of money in the nation buying the planes. This is called an offset transaction. Boeing encourages the offset process by sending material in kit form to be assembled in a particular country and then returned to the United States as a complete unit. International interplane movements are subject to customs scrutiny because they are related party transactions. Duties are taxes levied on imports, and added value duties are duties based on the value of the goods. In one word, a customs inspector reviewing an import invoice from a related party might he not wonder whether the value shown represents the true or fair market value of the goods covered by the invoice. Fair market value, or FMV, roughly means the price at which a willing seller will sell to a willing buyer under similar conditions. As willing infers that neither party is under any compulsion. An important aspect of fair market value is missing in related party or intercompany transactions. The possibility is that the product is intentionally underpriced in order to avoid paying the full amount of duty due. Hence, when making plans for intercompany transactions, one of the cost items to be controlled is customs payments as the material cross borders. Consider this. A recent trend among U.S. firms has been to set up final assembly plants in Europe for goods partially assembled elsewhere. The plants in low-tax countries, Ireland and the Netherlands, are the two factories sell the half-finished products to the final assembly plants at ridiculously low prices and concentrate profits. There is a means of reducing a firm's overall tax bill, but Uncle Sam has been cracking down on this, and the snack hook for they could dodge. The IRS thought final assembly sleight of hand is not finding that the transfer of profits back to the US is often accompanied by a hefty tax bill. Plant and warehouse site selection. Firms often must find the location for a new facility. Usually this decision follows a process of system analysis and design wherein a determination is made of how many facilities the firm should be operating. A firm needed to distribute repair parts overnight within, say, 50 industrialized nations would probably reach nearly all markets by air from 5 or 6 warehouse locations. If the firm were willing to use air express service, or growing firm may decide that it needs a new warehouse to serve a certain region. Several layers of analysis would be performed, each with a finer focus. After a world region is selected, in a country within the region would be chosen. Criteria to this point include markets, availability and wage rates of labor, tax rate, political stability, energy costs, proximity to suppliers and to markets, customs charges, imports, quotas, climate and transportation. Trade agreements between the nation and nations with which facility would be doing business are relevant. As this book is being written, some Asian firms are placing facilities in Mexico in anticipation of the North American Trade Party. Finally, a city would be chosen, and within that chosen city, various sites would be examined, with one taking into account land use contours, street traffic capability, room for expansion, soil stability, environmental protection requirements, water and sewer line capacity, police and fire protection, presence of unions, proximity to rail tracks, freeways, ports and airports, free trade zones, and so on. Some firms serve contracting a shrinking markets. They must decide which production or distribution facility to close. The closure and withdrawal must be scheduled in a way that reduces an adverse impact on the firm overall operations. Bartering was mentioned early and was defined as trading goods for goods. Another form of bartering is that the seller will agree to locate a plant, assembly operation, or distribution center in a specific nation and will employ a specified number of natives. Mention must also be made of the fact that most levels of government provide subsidies to encourage the location of production facilities. They do this to increase the job opportunities for the citizens. Subsidies can be do make many forms. The direct payment of money to a producer is a simple example. A government may make such direct subsidy payments in order to keep workers employed. There are subsidies as well, paying a part to employee compensation or benefits, or underwriting the cost of factory construction energy. Expenses are subsidized, which reduce the product costs artificially, and thus the price at which he sells.